Hey there. So the bidding wars are over here in Salt Lake City, Utah. Today we're going to be talking a little bit more about the market, what we're seeing, what we're not seeing, and we're going to hop into it right now. Mariah Curley here. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if this is your very first time here. This channel is literally everything you need to know about eating, working, playing, sleeping, and living in the Salt Lake City, Utah area. If that is of interest to you, consider subscribing down below and make sure you tap that bell for notifications so that you are notified every week we drop a new video. We hear from people like you all the time that are looking to make a move or relocating here to Utah, and we absolutely love it. So if you are thinking about making a move in a week, in a month, or a year from now, feel free to give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email, and it would be our pleasure to connect with you. So I'm sure you've heard the bidding wars are over. Yes, they are over. This is great news for some, and some are still, a little bit sad about that. But I do have to say, today I'm going to be sharing with you some of the different things that we are seeing right now in the current market here in the Salt Lake City, Utah area. So number one, everybody knows, we all know that interest rates have gone up and they continue to go up. They are due to go up again, even a little bit more. Because interest rates have increased, this has created a lot more uncertainty, if you will, for some people who were looking to purchase before. Now they're thinking, oh, you know what, maybe I'll rent, maybe I'll hold off. I actually recently just had a family that reached out to me. They're like, hey, Mariah, we're thinking about buying. We've got cash. We're not in a rush to buy, but we can. We're wondering like, hey, is now a good time? Is it not? And I said, honestly, it depends on your situation. Like, if you already currently own a home and you're not planning on selling it, or if you're renting and you're wanting to get into a new home, if you're changing locations or you want to be in a new neighborhood, really the situation, it just depends on what you personally are looking for. But what we are seeing here in Utah right now, because interest rates obviously have gone up across the board in Utah with listings, 2 in 5 listings have taken a price reduction or have reduced their price. So that's 42% of homes have reduced their price, their original listing price. I am seeing houses all over the place right now that are reducing their prices. So a lot of times homes will be on the market for 2 weeks or 3 weeks. And depending on the seller's situation, if they need to get out of that house, there's a good chance, if they haven't seen, much traction, or if they haven't seen any offers, there's a good chance after 2 or 3 weeks, they will reduce that price. So number one, we are seeing a lot of price reductions here. So if you're not in a rush to purchase, you may want to hold off for a second and just kind of see how things continue to go, especially if you're paying cash. If you're not paying cash though, prices and interest rates continue to rise. So if you are not paying cash and you need to get a loan, now might be a better time to buy than it might be in 6 months from now, because as we're seeing those interest rates continue to increase, the affordability for some, they might be priced out. And that's number two. We're seeing a lot of buyers right now that are being priced out of what they could afford before and what they can currently afford right now. So people that were able to, had purchasing power at a certain amount before, many of them are not able to do that simply because the interest rates have doubled from where they may have originally started off. Which leads me to my third, is chat with your lender, because your pre-approval letter from what you had before may not be what you are approved for right now, simply because of the interest rates changing. So you may want to check back in with your lender. If you got pre-approved 3 months ago, that pre-approval, like I said, may not be accurate anymore. So you might want to circle back with them. If you don't have a lender and you're looking for one, reach out to me. I work with amazing lenders all the time, and I've got a lot of great names that I can pass along to you. Number 4, we touched on this briefly, just the price reductions that we are seeing. The average price in Salt Lake City that we had been seeing was right around $650,000. Well, as of August, again, these are preliminary, but as of August, it's $601,000. So it has taken quite a decrease simply because those interest rates have gone up. It's making the prices of homes go down. Number 5, something else, like I said, we're not seeing bidding wars. We're not seeing multiple offer situations. In fact, I was just out this week touring homes with a family. They're interested in getting into a house. The real estate agent had, reached back out to me after the showing, after the tour. And she's just like, hey, what did they think? I said, they really liked it, but they want to keep looking. And so because of that, buyers have more time. Buyers are not having to, the first house they walk into, go, okay, I'll make an offer and I'll give my newborn as well, right? You're not having to do that. You're not having to waive your contingencies, your inspections, everything. And we're not seeing escalation clauses above ask price. Instead of most houses, again, every situation and every house is different, but for the most part, we are not seeing, offer prices and going well over list price. Instead, we're seeing at list price, barely below list price, but we're really not seeing all of those multiple offers. And because of that, homes too are sitting on the market a lot longer and they're not changing hands as quickly as they were before. In fact, we are seeing about 400 to 500 less homes changing hands and being bought and sold right now than we were before. And like I mentioned before too, there are some buyers right now that are really hesitant, that are like, hey, you know what? I'm not sure if this is now the best time for me to buy, or hey, you know what? I'm not sure if this is the best time to sell. However, there are still people that need to buy. There are still people that need to sell. There are people that are relocating. There are people that just inherited a house that, don't need that house or don't want that house. So there is still a lot of homes being bought and being sold, but people are being more cautious, I think, than they were before. And before there was just this frenzy of like, oh, I got to get into a house. If I don't buy this house now, I'm never going to get into a house. I'm never going to find something. That's not the case anymore. And we're seeing homes sit on the market longer. Buyers have more of a chance to get in. Buyers have more of a chance to think about like, hey, you know what? Is this actually really what I want? Or is this not what I want? And they are able to do more of their due diligence, which is really a great thing, and more of what we're seeing, more of a healthy market. So a healthy market is a good thing. For some people, they're like, oh, this is so bad. And I'm like, no, this is not bad. It's more normal than what we have seen in the past. And from everything that we're seeing right now, we are seeing home prices, kind of curb, where before they just continued to go up, up, up. I mean, every month you waited, it seemed like they went up another $50,000 depending on the area, but we are not seeing that anymore. And in fact, like I mentioned, we are seeing, the prices of houses decrease. We are seeing the houses stay on the market longer, and buyers are having more negotiation power than they were before, simply because they don't have to waive all their contingencies. So if you are thinking about making a move to Utah or relocating, you want to find out more information, you're thinking about, maybe in a week, maybe in a month, maybe in a year, I don't know if I should rent, I don't know if right? Feel free to give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. We hear from people like you all the time that might be on the fence or might be like, hey, you know what? I'm making the move now, regardless of the interest rate, but I really want to be in a great neighborhood for my family, or I really want, this and that. I need to be close to the airport. So feel free to give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email, and it would be our absolute pleasure to connect with you. Take care and have a great one. Bye.